Welcome everybody to the conclusion of our live playthrough of Soviet Dawn with the SOS States of Siege bunkerman himself, and that is David Kennedy. We'll be bringing him soon. Let's see, who do we have on the chat? We have 10 people, and I know we have Gray Zone, Gray Company. I couldn't click on his message because I started the transmission afterwards, but I know you're there. So we got Paul Dangle from Philly, Michael Stearns from Playa del Rey in California, Harquin, I don't know where you are, but Scrapple, he says, and always Scrapple, and William Arends from Kitchener, Ontario. So welcome everybody. We're gonna hopefully play to the conclusion of the game today. We also have Joe Hammonds. Welcome. So let's bring our guest. And here is the bunker, SOS bunkerman himself, David. Welcome.
Hey guys, how are you? Good to be here.
It's great to have you for the conclusion of the game. Yesterday we played for about an hour 40 minutes, and actually there's 32 cards of the 60 left when I counted after we finished. So we got 32 cards to go. And how do you see the game so far? How do you see our chances?
Well, I think we're in the best. We're in a good situation in that we've survived the two most dangerous decks, which is the Twilight events, and we finessed that very nicely. In particular, we signed the treaty really quickly. But with all the darkness cards, we've been able to dodge a few bullets. And we've been able to shape the board. It looks like our political standing is in decent shape. So with a little, I'm kind of hoping the Jassy conference will show up and just blow away the allies. And everyone else is in a decent position in terms of where they're at, the southern and the eastern forces. And Udenich, we've got Petrograd fortified, so he's not a major threat. And we've got applied experience, so we're in good shape. We're not out of the woods, but we're more than halfway there in terms of completing the game and just triumphing.
Okay, great. And Gray Zone here brings a point. He likes how you stayed so calm with my infamous die rolling yesterday. So I hope I do better today. Chances are can't be as bad as yesterday. So okay. So let's go over to the table.
We worked through that. I thought we did a good job. We worked through the completely abysmal die rolling early, and we did score some nice successes with the reorg rolls, and that's helped us out a lot. Yeah. And so we're doing just fine, and we have a really decent shot of winning the game. Hey, is Darin here?
I don't see him in the chat. So if he's around, I'll definitely highlight him. We have.
Yeah, I was just hoping he would show up. All right.
Okay, so we got a feature there. Up there it says cards left. So now we will be going to the headline phase, and you're going to see when that phase appears, that goes down to 31. So we have Let's see if this thing wants to work now. The zoom doesn't want to work. Okay, just a sec. Let's bring it up again. And now it is. Okay, so we're in the headline phase. And the event is Stukachevsky advances boldly. There's a +1 versus the Eastern or Poland, and a +1 to reorganize. So you're going to like that. And
So can you show me the board? I want to make
Sure.
sure I understand the board state clearly. And who's advancing? I'm sorry.
okay, advancing, we have actually only the Southern Front is advancing, and they are in Crimea.
And we got a +1 against them.
We have +1 against Eastern or Poland, but Poland's not.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right. Well, let's start with a reorg roll.
okay, so we go to front's movement, and we have front advancement by the Eastern Front. So let's advance Kolchak into
Are you
Ufa.
sure? Are you sure?
Wait, let me see.
Are you sure that's Southern
Oh,
advancing?
wait, it's Southern. Whoops. See,
Excuse me. Yes.
let's
Yeah.
backtrack back.
Whoopsie.
Hold your horses, Kolchak.
Please.
Okay. Southern. Okay, Southern. That's Denikin. Denikin goes to Kharkov. Okay. That was the front's movement. Okay. Now we go to actions, and we have 3 actions. 1, 2, and 3.
We're going to roll on the reorg table.
Okay, reorganization table. So that's going to be our first die roll. We roll 1d6. And no luck, it's a 3.
We'll do it again.
Okay, so second action, reorganization, 1.
Oh. And we'll do it one more time.
Okay, so third is a charm. Here we go. And a 3.
Nope.
It's a rough start.
Moving on.
Okay, so that was the Soviet action phase. There's no political dissent, as shown here in the card. So now we go to our next card. And let's bring in, it's going to be 30 left. Next card is White's fleet to fortify Crimean Peninsula. Is that a -1?
Oh.
-1 versus Poland. Let me see there. What did it say there? See if I can zoom in a little bit more in there. -1 versus Poland and the Southern Front, and then withdrawal. The Southern Front can be removed from play this turn. Interesting.
Where is the Southern Front?
And the Southern Front is currently in Kharkov, which is the 3 space. Okay.
Thank you.
We catch
How
that.
many actions do we have? 2.
And we have 2 actions. So front movements by Eastern Front. Okay. So the Eastern Front advances into Ufa. Now we have actions. We got 2 actions. And let me see. We have a -1 against the Southern Front, which should be the one you want to push out, I suppose.
We have applied experience, so we're going to attack the Southern Front.
Okay, so we have our first attack against the Southern Front with applied experience. Here we go. And it's 6. There's no modifier because the 2 provides no modification. So that is a success. And Denikin goes reeling back to Crimea. Okay.
And for the other roll,
we can try to push him out, right?
The Eastern Front.
Can be removed from play this turn.
They're gone.
Do we have to push them out that space?
No, but they're there. Like, we're good to go.
Okay.
Adios to Denikin.
Okay. Okay. And one more action.
It's good news. We'll take it.
Okay.
And
So
we're going to attack the eastern front.
So do I withdraw him right now? Do we say
You could do
goodbye?
it now, or you could do it at the end of the turn.
Let's do it at the end of the turn. Give him a ceremony and everything. Thank you, Denikin, for nothing. Okay. Okay. So we got one more action.
And we're going to attack the eastern front.
Okay. So we're going to be attacking Kolchak here. And we have our, what do you call it, our applied experience. Here we go. Oh, no, that's a 1, so no good. So that was Soviet action phase. Okay. There's no political dissent, and the Southern Front can be removed from play this turn. So,
and just so you know, that's a big deal for us.
Yep. So goodbye to the Southern Front.
And place it over.
And yes,
we place it over to the right.
And we place it right next.
We need 4.
The Finns here. There they are.
Once we have 4, we can go for political victory.
Okay. So that was that card. We go to our next card. 29 left.
Mm-hmm.
Next card is Bulak. Balotrovitz deserts to whites. This is a -1 versus Baltic. There's no Baltic. So we have advances by...
Where isn't Udenich in the game?
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're right.
Udenich is in the game. He is the Baltic.
Okay, so we have advances by the Baltic and the Eastern Front. So let's do those. And here we have Udenich goes to Estonia. And the Eastern Front, which is Kolchak, now coming dangerously close to Kazan. That was front movement.
So we know what we're going to do.
Okay. We got 2 actions.
And we're going to attack the Eastern Front.
Okay, we'll be attacking Kolchak with our applied experience. So here we go, first action. And that is a 4, just enough to push him back to Ufa.
Excuse me. Say that again?
Oh, no, wait. I
rolled a 1?
I rolled a white 1 and a red 4. I mixed them around. No, that was a fail. That was actually a 2.
Correct.
I got confused with the dice. Okay, so that was the first action.
Let's do it again.
Now, William
we
says
don't want the
that
game to end right now.
Wait, William says that the Baltic Front should have advanced in the other card. Yeah, I think he's right. Yep. Here it is. Should have advanced in the other card too.
Correct.
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you, William.
Thank you, William.
That's a good thing about having our viewers are awake. Got that tip there, great. Thank you, William. Okay. So we got one more action.
We're attacking the Eastern Front again.
We're attacking Kolchak here in the Eastern Front. Here we go. This time it's a 5, so now he goes back to Ufa. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that was the Soviet action phase. Political dissent. This card has no political dissent. If we would have attacked the Baltic, we would have had a -1. So that's that card. Now, let's see. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. We go to our next card, headline phase. And it is British soldiers repulsed mutiny. Yes, they advanced already to, we advanced the, Daniel, we advanced the Baltic there and where they're supposed to be. Okay, so that is a headline phase. It's a, what's that, a +1 or a -1? Looks like that is a, it's a +1. Just close up here, we'll use this shot. Got a +1 versus the Allies, and the Allies can be removed from play this turn during the political dissent phase.
Correct.
Okay, so that's good. So we have
Very good.
advances by the southern front there only. Okay. Okay.
And the
so
Southern are gone.
southern are gone. Yeah, I forgot. Southern are gone. So no fronts advance. And we have two actions as stated there in the card. You can see it from here.
So let's make it happen. And let's put them away. So we're going to attack the Allies with a +1 and applied experience.
Okay. So we got to push them to the 4 space, right?
Yes. We have two opportunities to do
Two
that.
chances. Okay, so here we go against the Allies with applied experience. No luck there. That's a 1.
Nope. Do it again.
Okay. We have our second action against the Allies with applied experience. This time it's a, wow, that's a 7. Okay, so they go back to Archangel.
And we're going to throw in our reserve offensive.
Okay, we have our last reserve offensive. You see it here. So there goes.
And for reasons I really, really don't understand, our DRMs do not apply.
But I asked Darin about that. Okay, so
there's been some back and forth about it over the years, but I would say that the applied experience should apply.
Okay, so here we go. We need a 5 or a 6. We roll 1.
No, we got the applied experience.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got applied experience. Here we go. And no way, we failed.
Nope. Okay. All right. This is bad, but we'll deal with it.
Okay, let me put the actions at 0
because
there.
that was our one chance
to knock them out.
But that was our one chance to knock out the Western Allies.
Yep. Okay. Political dissent. Yeah. We won't be withdrawing the Allies. Definitely. So that's that.
Correct.
Okay. Daniel says that the Baltic fruit should be in Estonia. No, it was advanced twice because we forgot to advance it in the first card of this turn. So that's why it's it's currently there in Skov. Okay. So we go to our next card. And here we go. And the next card is Kolchak appoints himself admiral. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more there. Okay. So it's going to be a -1 versus the Eastern Front, and we have advances by the Eastern Front. So now the Eastern Front advances dangerously close again to Kazan. And we have the action phase. We have 2 actions.
Also, we have one political decree, right?
We have 1 political decree left. Yes. And as the card states, -1 against the Eastern Front.
Okay, I'm going to use that political decree for a reorg roll.
Okay, so we use our last political decree for a roll on the reorganization table. And here it is. So we need a 6. We roll 1d6. And no
This is a
luck.
Hail Mary.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going to attack Eastern.
Okay, so
with the -1, but our applied experience.
Applied and the -1. So the first action, Eastern Front, here we go. Okay, so that was a net 1.
Okay, let's do it again.
Here we go again. It's the Eastern Front. No luck. That was actually, this is, wait.
What do you
this,
mean?
wait a second. Yeah, this is almost. That's a two, that's, oh, well, yeah, now we have it. See, I read the red die first. Okay, so here we have, this is a net 5, so we got it. Yeah, we got it. Man, I've played so many games where you always read the colored die first. Can't get over that. Okay, so that was our second action. We ran out of political decrees and offensives.
But
And,
we pushed them out away, so Moscow was safe.
Okay, so there we go to our next card here. And let's take a look at what that is. And this is Soviet economics war communism. No offensives allowed
Yeah, this is bad.
anywhere in this turn. Ouch. We got a big 0 there with actions. We have
I know.
advances.
So this is basically a double move for the Eastern Front.
Yep. It's going to be the Eastern Front because the Southern Front is knocked out. So now the Eastern Front again. Kazan, Kolchak is giving us some headaches there. And there's going to be no actions.
But we have nothing we can do to stop him.
Yep.
So if he moves again, we're dead.
Okay, folks, so this may be a very short game. So prepare your questions for the Q&A. We can have. Okay, so political dissent, there's nothing going on. So that's going to be the end of this turn. And we go to our...
And that's always a dangerous card.
Yeah. Okay, so this one...
So hit me.
Oh, I don't like this one. Spanish flu becomes global epidemic.
Oh, I like this one.
Oh, I saw many flags and I said,
like
oh,
this
shit,
one.
this is it. It says retreat. I like retreat. Okay. So the Spanish flu becomes a global epidemic. No offensives. Okay, no problem. But we have retreats by allies, by
Everybody.
the Baltic, and by Eastern, by everybody. So let's do those. So we see there, let's retreat Kolchak to Ufa, and let's retreat the allies all the way back to Murmansk. They're in the top of the screen. And we have to retreat Yudenich to Estonia. Man, that card came in the nick of time. Okay, so that was
Correct.
Headline phase. Fronts already moved. They moved back. Soviet actions, there's no actions. And there's no political dissent. So that's going to be the end of the turn there with that card. So we go to our next card. See, a stinker comes always after a good one. Now we have to deal with the Czechs. The Czech Legion revolts.
Right.
So there's going to be what it says, -1 versus the Eastern Front. And that's until the Czech Legion is withdrawn, right? Yep. So
Correct.
So to mark that.
But we have 4 actions.
Okay, so you see on the top of the screen, we have the Czech Legion status. So now they are active, and we will place their marker here. We will place it here with Kolchak. So you'll see him.
If that works for you.
Yeah, that's fine. So everybody knows that the Czechs are carrying Kolchak in a big way here. So that is the headline phase. And let me see if I can get a picture here of the card. Okay, now, so we have advances by the Eastern Front, of course. Now the Eastern Front goes into Kazan once again, this time with the Czech Legion. And we cannot attack.
All right.
In this turn, the Eastern Front, but we get 4 actions.
Who cannot attack?
Let me see here. What does the card says?
I'm sorry, who cannot attack?
I thought we couldn't attack. Let me see. No, we got a -1. We can attack. We got a -1.
That's fine.
Okay.
Let's do it. Start pounding on them.
Okay, so here we go. First action with applied experience. What was the Czech Legion penalty? And this is, I like this one. So this is 5 plus applied experience bonus is 7 minus the Czech Legion is a 6. So, right? So they go back to UFA on the first die roll. Wow.
Let's do it again.
And we're going to keep on beating on the Czechs. Here we go again. And this time it's a 5
Good.
minus the Czechs is a 4. So we still push them back to Ekaterinburg. And
Perfect.
see, I told you, you can't roll as bad as yesterday. Still got 2 actions.
There's always hope. We're going to keep attacking.
Who? Eastern Front? Or?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm ticked off.
Okay, you go against the Eastern Front once again. This time it's a 4. The 3 gives us a +1. 5 -1 for the Czech Legion. And the Czech Legion is good for nothing so far. So
I'm glad to hear that. And we're going to attack them again with our final action.
man, you don't have mercy for the Czechs here. This treatment of the Czechs here. Okay, our last action. Here we go against the Czech Legion. Oh God, that's 8 -1, 7. So they go running back to Irkutsk. Man, that was a pounding.
Send them back to we need.
Okay, so that was the action phase. That was like the best action phase in the game, I think, in terms of military affairs here. Okay.
Clearly.
Okay, political dissent. There's no political dissent in the card, so that's going to be the end of that card. We go to our next card, and it is German Freikorps turns on Estonia.
Mm-hmm.
So here we have what's that, a +1, right, versus the Baltic. And that's a plus,
right.
Yeah, it's a +1. And then we have advances by the Allies and the Eastern fronts. So the Allies, we pushed them back to Murmansk. So now they go to Archangel and Kolchak with the Czech Legion back to Omsk. Okay, so that is front movement. And we have a total of 2 actions. My +1 versus the Baltic.
So let's just hit them.
The Baltic? Okay, yeah, we got that +1. Might as well. Okay, so here we go.
Correct.
Roll with applied experience. That 2 turns into a 3, not good enough. 1 more action we have.
Oh, we have the plus.
Yeah, the 2 turned into, the 2 turned into a 3, and we have the plus from the card. You're right. Yes, you're right. So that, yes, that pushes back. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I was a little too quick on that. So they go back to Riga. That's right. Okay, so we still have 1 more action. I didn't hear you.
Oh, excuse me. We're going to attack the Allies in the north.
Okay, so you go against the Allies in the north with applied experience. Here we go. White die is another 8. Bit of pounding too.
That's good.
Go to Murmansk. That was the action phase. Going really well there. So we have political dissent. There's no political dissent on the card, so that's the end of that card. We go to our next card here. And that is anti-Semitic pogroms. And that is that a +1? +1 versus Southern and Allies. also, let me close in.
Uh-huh.
Let me just take another picture here. Okay, versus Southern and Allies and a +1 die roll maximum on political table roll this turn. Okay, so we have advances
Interesting.
by Baltic and Allies. Okay, so the Baltic front
How many
advances.
actions do I have?
You're going to have 3 actions. Advances into Estonia, and the Allies advance into Archangel. You have it's a
All right.
3. Yeah. 3 actions there.
And we're going to
You have a +1 versus the
Alright.
Allies, right? Yeah.
we also have a +1 on the political track. Is that not correct?
Yes. Have a +1 maximum on the political track also.
Okay, so if my first of the 3 actions, which I don't see,
Yeah. Just put them there. Yep.
we're going to attack. I mean, we're going to roll on the. We're going to roll political action on the to advance.
Okay. So we roll
We
on
have +1.
You got a +1. Here we go. And a fat 1. So that's a 2. No good.
Do it again.
And we do it again. Here we go. Oh, 2 + 1, 3. No good.
And we'll do it one more time.
And we do it one more time. Political action. +1. This time it's a 6. So this time it moves
Good.
to level 6. We're still in leftist sympathies in that area. Okay, and that was our action.
But we want to
phase.
drive it up one more space to. We want to drive it up one more space next in the future to place the Allies indecisive, and it'll stop their advances.
Okay. Okay, so we'll be keeping an eye on that. We have political dissent. There's no political dissent indicated by that card, so go to the next card. This one is Czech Legion sales. Ticket paid in gold. Remove the Czech Legion marker from play. I think you like that one, right? We all do.
I do.
Okay, so that's
Lenin is happy.
it's going to be the end of the Czech Legion. So Czech Legion is currently here in Omsk. So let's just remove their marker from the same space. So say goodbye to the Czech Legion. And we put here in the board over there
Perfect.
that it has been withdrawn.
That's
Yes, you were saying, David.
no. It's very helpful that the Czech Legion's gone now.
Oh, yes. Okay. That was a headline phase. And now we go to front advancements. The Allies and the Eastern Front. Okay. So the Allies, now they get closer. They're in Lake Onega. And the Eastern Front moves into Ekaterinburg.
Are you sure?
Or it was, let me see here. Advances by Allies and East. Oh, a retreat Eastern Front.
Yes.
It's good to have someone else always checking out. So they were in Omsk, so now they go back to Irkutsk. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so that's great. That's great. So that was front advancements.
We'll attack them.
And we have 2 actions.
And we'll attack the Western Allies in the north.
And yeah. Okay, so we will be attacking the Western Allies with our applied experience. Here we go. And it's 4 + 1, 5. Just enough, right? To push the Allies back.
That's good.
To Archangel. And we still have 1 action.
And we're going to roll on the political level track.
Okay. So we're going to roll on the political level track. We have to roll higher than that number in brackets there. Here we go.
We need
no luck there. Okay. So that was our second action there, actually. So, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now, political dissent. There's none called for by the card. So go to the next card. And this is, let me arrange these here. Okay, Baltic forces rife with Russian-led Germans. So there's going to be a +1 versus Baltic, and that comes in handy. And we have advances by the Allies and the Eastern Front. So the Allies advance into Lake Onega, and the Eastern Front, which is way back here near Irkutsk, now advances into Omsk. Okay. That's the front movement. And now we have the action phase. We have 2 actions. And we have a +1 versus the Baltic.
We're going to attack the Allies in the north.
Okay, so we'll be attacking the Allies with applied experience. First attack, it's 4. And that's not good enough. So
we'll do it again.
Attack again, the Allies. And the roll is a 5. And that's going to be good enough to push them back to Archangel. That was our action phase. And political dissent. It's none called for, so we go to the next card. Next card is Denikin Unstoppable Objective Moscow. I think you talked about this card yesterday when we were talking about the game. So let's get a close look at this.
It's not going to happen.
Oh, but he's out, right?
Denikin is gone. So
Denikin is gone. Nice to see you there. So let's, we don't advance the Southern Army. We can then take an action. If the action does not result in a successful offensive versus the Southern, we repeat this procedure. So does that apply?
So
that doesn't apply.
Basically, he doesn't advance, so we don't get an action.
We don't get an action. That's what I would think. Yeah. So we would go to the advance, but Denikin does not advance because he's not in the game. We still get 1 action, right?
No, we do not.
We don't get.
He has to advance to get the.
Oh, we got. Okay, so that action is tied there to. Okay, so we don't get the action. There's no political dissent. So that is that card. We go to the next card. And it says Galicia becomes latest breakaway region. And we have a +1 versus Poland and Southern, so none of that applies. We do have advances by the Eastern Front
Eastern and
the Allies.
Yes.
So the Eastern Front moves from Omsk to Ekaterinburg, and the Allies from Archangel into Lake Onega. Okay. And we have actions, 3 actions.
We'll attack the, and we're going to start with the Western Allies.
Okay, so we'll go against the Western Allies. Got 3 actions with applied experience. Here we go. And that is a 5.
Good.
So that's good enough to push him back to Archangel.
We'll attack the Eastern.
Okay, so now we'll be attacking Kolchak here with applied experience. Oh, I love that one. That is an 8. So go back to Omsk.
And we're going to roll on the political.
Okay, so here we go. On the political table, we need a 5 or a 6. Here we go.
Yes, sir.
And no luck there. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no political dissent in this card. Go to our next card. Coup captures Admiral Kolchak. This is going to have a +1 versus the Eastern Front. And we have no advances. Okay. So we have 2 actions.
Just so you know, there's you can replace the Eastern Front. You can remove the Kolchak one, and there's a new one you can place there.
Okay, so I have another Eastern Front here with name of this guy, Semyonov, I think. Okay, so he's a 3. He doesn't change the tune of the Star Spangled Banner because it's the same 3.
Correct.
Okay, so here we go.
It's just a little narrative detail.
Okay, so that was the headline phase. We got the advances by no one, and we have 2 actions.
Do I understand we have a +1 on
We have a
the Eastern
+1,
Front?
yeah, +1 versus the Eastern, yeah.
We'll take advantage of it. We'll hit them with an offensive.
Okay, so we go against the Eastern Front with applied experience. That is a 4, just enough to push them back to Irkutsk. And we still have 1 action.
We'll go on the political track.
Sorry?
We will we'll take a political
Yeah.
on the politics track.
Okay, so your audio cut on me just for a second there. Okay, so we go for a political action here. So we roll 1d6. And finally, we get a 5. So that means that the marker enters the Allies' indecisive zone. And so that means the Allies can't advance.
There's a marker which you can place underneath the standee for the Western Allies that indicates that they can no longer advance.
Okay, let me look for that here.
Oh, it's up in the above the cards there.
Here it is. So it's this one. Indecisive. Okay, I like that. So we place this marker here. Okay. So that was the end. It's going to be the end of that card. Now we go to our next card. Ukrainian Directory struggles. We got a +1 versus Southern Front, which is gone, so it's going to be nothing. Advances by the Allies can't advance. They are indecisive. And Poland's not in the war yet. So the advances are going to be none. And we get 2 actions.
We will roll again on the political level track. And we need a 6.
Now we need a 6 to advance, because it'd be greater than the bracketed value there. So first die roll there, and it's a 2.
And we'll do it again.
So we go again. Here we go. Political level of 4. No luck there. Okay. That was that. And that's going to be the end of that card. So I go to the next card. And it is Jassy Conference reveals disunity. So let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay. So here we roll repeatedly on the political track with a +1 die roll modifier until an unsuccessful die roll is made or victory is achieved. Interesting.
We're going to retreat the Allies. If the Allies retreat because of...
Let me see one thing here. The Allies retreat in the... Oh, right now, yeah. The Allies retreat. So the Allies now go to Murmansk, and they take all that indecision with them. So we roll now on that table?
No, that's during the action phase.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's during the action phase. Okay. So we did the fronts movement, Soviet action, and we roll repeatedly.
So remember, though, we can't until we have 4 enemies knocked out. That's fine. We're just going to roll one time and get it up to 8. That's even better.
We want to get there. Okay, so we'll have a one roll there, and that's going to consume our action. Okay,
correct.
So here we go. No luck there. Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so
I'm sorry?
That was a 3.
What was the die roll?
A 3, right?
Oh, okay.
Or it was a 3.
Well, no, it hung on my end, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think it was a 3, yeah. Okay. So that's the Soviet action phase. And political dissent, none. So we go to the next card. And we got confirmation by William. Thank you, William. 3. Okay, so we got our next card. Red Frunze. Offensive routes the Eastern Whites. And here we have a +2 versus the Eastern. And capitulation. They can be removed from play this turn. And if we get them to their number 4 spot. Oh, that's good, because the Eastern Front is... They are there. So they're leaving.
Okay. They are dead.
Man. So that's the headline phase. I take a picture of the card. Yep. Okay. So now we go to front movement. Baltic front moves. Now Yudenich, he woke up.
Oh, I'd forgotten about them.
Yeah, they're in Pskov and close to Petrograd. That's front movement. Now we have 2 actions.
So we're just going to deal with Yudenich. Everyone else is in position.
Okay, so let's attack Yudenich with our applied experience. That 2 is a 4 because of the applied experience, just enough to push Yudenich back to Estonia. Ooh. So we got one more action.
And we'll do it again.
We attack Yudenich again using applied experience, and we kicked his ass. This one is a 7. So he goes reeling back to Riga. And I'm scared the way I'm rolling today. It's not a characteristic. It's not going to last forever. Okay, so that was our action phase. And so now we go to political dissent, but there's no political dissent. But now we remove the Eastern Front. So we remove them from Irkutsk. And now they're going to appear down here in the box together with the other 2 fronts. Need one more front to be able to qualify to win the game by a political victory. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's go to our next card here. And next card is Polish national uprising. Finally. So the Polish track is activated. Okay. So let me take a picture here. And what happens now is I take these cards that I have here. These are 6 cards for this epoch. And I'm going to shuffle them into the draw pile here. So let's do that. And okay, so it's cards here, shuffle them thoroughly as much as I can here.
So I understand we have 13 cards left.
I'll be counting them, yeah, anyway, so. Oops. There we go.
So the key issue then with the polls is if the Curzon line is established. If the Curzon line is established, that's a problem for us because it makes it politically difficult for us to just pound them.
Okay.
Oftentimes, the allies would be gone, so we wouldn't care, but the Western allies are still in the game. So
13. Yep.
But that will be the key issue. Okay, but let's resolve the other card.
Okay.
We have 3 actions.
We have, yes, we did the action phase. We have to do the advances, right?
Are there any?
Let me see. Nope. Nope. Actually, none. Okay. So now we do the action phase. We have 3 actions. And we have to place the poles here.
Okay, we're going to.
Is the Curzon line, is it in force now, or is that activated by a card?
No, it's activated by a card. So the British Foreign Ministry is busy trying to figure out what they want to do.
Okay.
We don't want it to happen because it'll just give us a lot of political freedom to rampage throughout Poland. And it'll have no political effect on us. But if the Curzon line happens, it just makes life more difficult for us politically. So what I have to think about here is do I want to jack up a political track and I need a 6 for that? Or do I want to go for reorg markers so I can pound the poles? And I guess my instinct is to pound the poles. So let's start rolling on the reorg table.
Okay. Well, this is the reorganization table here. Our first action will be rolling here. We need a 6. And there it is. Wow.
Thank you.
So now we roll again to see what do we get.
Let me know what I get.
Okay, here we go.
Please.
A 2. We got the Red Army Tank Corps. That's like one of the best things, yeah. So, and to signify that we have it, we place it here in Moscow. Okay.
Correct. And what we're actually going to do with our first action, we're going to move it to that space in front that's got that 3 on it. Place it on the Polish track.
Here?
Where the number 3 is. Yes. Okay. What's the name of that space?
That's Lwów.
Is it Love?
Yep.
Or Crack?
Okay. So that consumes 1 action. So we have 1 action left, right?
Yes.
See them.
And just to clarify for people watching the game, plus the Army Tank Corps, yeah, like it just starts there.
Sorry, David, it's getting your voice is getting cut off.
Can literally. Okay.
David, can you say that again?
What would you like me to do?
Your voice was cut off. You were going to say something to the folks on the chat, but your voice was cut off.
Is my sound better now?
Yeah, now it is.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
The point that I was going to make was that for people that are unaware, that when you get the tank core, you're going to place it in Moscow just by default. And sitting in Moscow, it can attack any of the tracks approaching Moscow. But as soon as you push the enemy back, you have to decide, does the tank core stay in Moscow or is it going to pursue the enemy down the track? Now, in this case, I want the tank core to deal with the Poles. I want to kill them so I can get a political victory. So I use the action to place it on the track, and in this case, to remind us it's on the number 3 space.
Okay.
So with our final action, give me a political. We're going to roll on the political level table. And I need another 6. Thank you.
Okay, we have Jester. Jester, great to see you. So we go with our last action, political roll. Here we go. And we got a 6. So advances to 8,
Correct.
right? Okay.
Correct.
We're knocking on the door of a political victory here.
Right, because we want to knock out the Poles if we get the chance.
Okay. That was our action phase. Political dissent. There's no dissent here. Also, Thomas Harkless, welcome. So we go to our next card. Poles are in the game. Critical shortages.
Ooh.
Hindering red efforts.
Don't like this card.
-1 on all offensives. And we have advances only by the Baltic. Okay. So the Baltic moves from Riga to Estonia. And Soviet action phase, 2 actions, -1, attacks on all fronts.
Well, since we don't have a lot of options, we're just going to push Udanich back again, or give it a try with an offensive again in the Baltic.
Okay, we'll go. We have a -1, but we have our applied experience. Here we go. So roll is a 2, which is not modified. -1 is a net 1, so that's a fail.
We'll just do it again.
And we go again against Udanich. With applied experience, that is a 1 that's modified by experience to 3, -1 for the card, a 2, that's a fail. Okay. That was the action phase. And we have no political dissent here. So we go to our next card. And Japan seizes Siberia, occupies Vladivostok. Let me zoom in those modifiers, make sure I get them. Okay, so we got +1 versus Eastern, which has gone +1 to reorganize, and we lose automatically a political point. So let's lose that point. Man, so hard to get, and we lose it so quickly. So it goes down to 7. But we have +1 to reorganize. But now we go to advances. We have advances by the Baltic and the Allies. Okay, so here we see both fronts. Baltic advances into Pskov, and the Allies into Archangel. Now we have action phase. And we
Did you
have
advance
2 actions.
Did you advance the Poles?
I forgot the Poles advance also. No, I didn't advance them. So the Poles advance into Lvov, and what happens? We move our tank corps here?
Correct.
Okay, so the Poles advance into Lvov. There you go. Okay.
Drive on Moscow. I mean, we're going to drive on Warsaw.
Okay, so we got 2 actions, and it's up. Only have a +1 to reorganize. Okay, so What do you want to do?
We're going to drive on Warsaw.
Okay. We're attacking the poles, and we
With our
get the
flight experience and tanks.
So the tank gives us a +1 die roll modifier, plus whatever we get from the applied experience. So here we go.
Correct.
So with applied experience, it's 7 plus the tank 8. And that is a beating that the Poles take. So they go back to Warsaw and replace our tank core to signify that it is active on this track right there in Lwów.
And we're going to attack Udenich in the Baltic.
Okay. Too much zoom there. Okay, we attack Udenich. With applied experience, that is a 2. That is a fail. And
Nope.
that
Okay.
yeah. And that was our last action there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So next is political dissent. And we already deducted the political point, so that's the end of that card. Richard de Fortuna, welcome. The next card. And Bulak. Balochovic assist the Poles. I don't like the sound of that one. So we got a -1 versus the Poles here. And we have advances by just the Poles, right? Yep.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So the Poles advance again into Lwów, and we put our tank core there in Zhytomyr. And that's front's advancement. Now we go to actions. We have 3 actions.
We'll drive on Warsaw with our tank core.
Okay, so we're going to use our tank core. It gives us a +1, but there's a -1 because of the card. And we have our whatever we get from our applied experience. So here we go. So that is, that's 2 nothing. Okay, so we go again. Here we go. This time we get a 5 plus the tank core 6 -1 5, right? So we push them back to Warsaw.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and we put our tank core there in Lwów once again. Still have 1 action.
And we'll turn our attention to Udenich.
Go against Udenich here with our applied experience. Here we go. Boy, that is a 5. So
good.
Udenich back to
like
Estonia. Should apply for Estonian citizenship. Udenich is all the time over there. Okay, so that is our Soviet action phase. Political dissent, nothing. So now we, oops, sorry about that. We go to our next card. Got 9 left, it says over there. This one is Polish-led Central European Federation. So that is, is that a +1? I think it is. +1 versus the Poles. Okay, and we have advances. No, we have a retreat by the Baltic front. Okay. So now Udenich goes back to Riga. And now we go to actions. We have 2 actions. And we have a +1 versus Poland. They're in Warsaw.
It's useless.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll on the political level track.
Okay. Political level track. Here we go. We need a 6. So here we go. And a 6 it is.
Right.
So, Ally decisive, but we can't go for victory until we have 4 armies here. We have 3. We have 1 action left.
So we're going to, for our final action, we're going to roll on the reorg table.
Okay.
So we need another 6.
We need another 6. Here we go. No luck this time. Okay. So that was the
And
end.
did you adjust the political level?
Oh, not in the on the scoreboard now. Here we are. We are at 8. Yep. Here we go. Okay, so now we go to our next card. Baron Rangel seizes the initiative, and that is
Sure.
that's a -1 versus Poland, right? Let me see. A -1
Okay.
versus Poland. Okay,
Mhm.
that's the headline phase. We have advances only by Poland. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's see here. So the Poles now advance into Lwów, and our tank corps, we place it here in Shitomir. Okay, and that was front advances. We have, that's a 2. You can see it there. It's a 2. 1, 2 actions. There's a -1 versus Poland. We have our tank and we have applied experience.
Very good. We're going to attack the Poles and drive them back to Warsaw.
Okay, we'll be attacking the Poles. Our first action, here we go. And that is at 3 by with applied experience goes up to 5 plus the tank 6. And -1 for the event is 5. So the Poles go back to Warsaw. Okay.
And I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are the Western Allies in, what is it, Archangel?
Oh, because they advanced illegally. That's why. They were not supposed to advance. Yeah. They were indecisive.
So we have no option other than, understood. We have no option other than to roll on the reorg table again.
Okay. So here go our last action in the reorganization table. And Paul, thank you for that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a 5, almost. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that was that card. Let me arrange this here. And we go to the next card. 8 cards left. U.S. launches Polar Bear Expedition. So that.
Sure, guys.
Yeah, no offensives allowed versus Finland. Okay, they're not in the game. The Allied track is activated. So that they were already activated, right? So that doesn't apply.
Sure.
So and there's no advances.
So our American friends of us.
Wait, I couldn't understand. Your audio got cut there, David.
Oh, I just made a comment. The Americans have just reinforced the British up and north.
Okay. So advances, there's no advances by the Eastern Front. We go to the action phase. We have 2 actions.
And we have nothing else to do but roll on the reorg table.
Okay, so here we go. We'll be rolling on the reorganization table. 1d6, a 4, no luck. And again?
Nope. Do it again.
Okay, we roll again. And this time we roll a 6. Oh, yes. So now we roll to see what do we get.
What does Trotsky bring us?
And it's a 4, which is the applied experience that we already have. So that means that we get this, right?
Yes, Imperial Gold, place it in Moscow.
We get the Imperial Gold. And so Moscow it goes. So here it is. Let's show the folks what does the Imperial Gold do. It's going to be specified there on the table. It can be used once to prevent any front's advance or to change any die roll to the desired result.
which means we can use it for a kill shot.
So
And
you
we
can
will.
use it to win a political level die roll, right?
No, you can use it to say, I'm going to roll the die, and I'm going to get this number. That's what it means.
Or could you do it on
So
a
don't
political
worry.
die roll?
Oh, yes, of course. So we're just setting it up
Okay.
so we can just,
Yeah. Okay. I see.
I just need you to draw me a card for the polls, and I'll knock the polls out, and then we'll win the game.
Okay. So that was the action phase.
Mhm.
Political dissent. There's no dissent called for by the card. So we go to our next card. 7 cards left. Finnish civil war breaks out. Finland track is activated during headline phase. Are they? I thought they were out of the
But
war.
the Finns are out of the game.
Yeah, they're out of the game.
They are.
So they
So
are.
they're having some political turmoil, and we do not care.
Okay. So front movement, we have a front advancement by Udenich in the Baltics. So he advances into Estonia. And the action phase, we have 3 actions.
Oh, there's no advancing by the polls?
Uh,
It's just Udenich?
it's just Udenich.
Okay, well, we have no choice. We'll just attack Udenich.
Okay, we'll be attacking Udenich here. Okay, here we go. And the 4 is modified by that's red 6 to a6. So Udenich goes back to Riga. Still have 2 actions.
And we're back to the reorg table. We're back to the reorg table. Just roll. I need more 6s on the reorg table.
Okay, so here we go. And the roll is
Essentially, we're just piling on now.
there's a 1. So, okay, so we roll again on the reorganization table.
Yes.
And a 3, no luck this time.
All right.
Okay, so that's the end of that card there. And we go to our next card. 6 cards left. Makhno appears now.
Oh,
Makhno leads
interesting.
the anarchist revolt. Let me zoom in here. Okay, so we're going to have, no, can't zoom in so much. Here we go. Okay, so we'll be rolling for political dissent. And if Dawn card's not yet in play, we add this card to the Dawn cards pile. It's funny. So is this an actual Dawn card, or this is a usually it's in the? I guess yeah.
It's a darkness card.
Yeah.
But here it is.
Okay, it is here. Okay.
And if it's you play it in the darkness deck, it just gets shuffled. It just gets shuffled into the Dawn cards to appear again.
Okay. Okay, so advances. So we have to roll, and depending on the roll, is going to be an advance. Well, we don't have to because it's a Southern Front. They're out of the game. So.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So
the Ukraine has been pacified.
Do we get it? We get an action? Wait a second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let me backtrack a little bit. We're in the action phase. Okay, we're in the action phase here. We get 1 action.
And the polls are in Warsaw. Udenich is in, was it Riga?
Riga.
So everybody's maxed out. So just and the political track is maxed out. So we're just going to roll on the reorg table again.
Okay, so here we go. Reorganization. Sole action, and it is a 4.
Nope.
Okay. So that was our action phase. And now political dissent. We have to roll for political dissent. So let's do that.
We just don't want a 1 or a 2.
Okay, so. But we have the Imperial Gold. You don't want to use it now, right? No, because you wouldn't
Nah.
do it. No, you wouldn't do anything with it. Just ensure that it doesn't
Well,
go down to.
we could, but well, like that's a fair question. Like we could use it for that. And there's like 5 cards left. I'd rather just take my chances that they're not gonna roll a 1 or a 2. So fine, go for it. Just roll on the descent. I'm not gonna burn my gold.
Okay, so here we go. I just wanted to bring the point.
I'm gonna save it for a kill shot.
Okay. Okay, so
No,
here we
understood.
go.
It's a legitimate point.
No, I know it's okay. So we have a one action. Let me put that action on the board, and we roll here for political dissent. Here we go, and the roll is a 2, so we lose 1 point, right?
Correct.
Okay, so you see here.
And by the way, just for clarity, I think you didn't have to put the point back on the action. It's just a roll on there. So it's just annoying at this point, but fine, whatever.
Okay, we're at 7.
Just give me a new card and we'll see what I know. We'll see what the event deck gives us. We've only got a few more cards left, so
Okay, so let's go for next card here.
and the polls can cause us some trouble still. So
French forces occupy Odessa. Okay. Let's let me. Okay, so we can forfeit one of the above actions for an automatic retreat versus the Southern Front. So that's not going to apply. But we have a +1 to reorganize.
no. Okay.
So
But the polls are advancing.
okay, we got advances by the Baltic and the Poles. Okay, so let's do those. Okay, so the Baltic front advances into Estonia, and the Poles advance into Lwów. Okay. Now we have 2 actions. There's a +1 to reorganize, so let's put in the 2 actions.
Attack the polls.
Okay, so we'll be attacking the Poles here. With applied experience. Applied experience goes up to 4, plus the tank 5, so the Poles go back to Warsaw, and our tank corps
Good.
is in Lwów.
We're gonna roll on the political track, and I need a 6.
Okay, let's go to the political track now. Here we go. Roll 1d6. Oh, and it's a 3.
Okay.
Okay. So that was that card. We did the action phase. No political dissent. So we go to the next card. 4 cards left. Curzon establishes line as Polish border. Okay. So so we position the Curzon line marker. So let's do that.
What this means for people, if they're not clear, if I launch offensives across the Curzon line, my political level will drop 1 for each offensive.
So if you attack Warsaw, your political level, if you attack them in Lwów, political level goes down by 1.
Correct.
Okay.
But we're already there. So
yeah.
we're it's like we got like a special ceasefire or something, but okay. So who advances on this turn?
Okay, we got advances only by the Allies. Okay.
And they're indecisive, so forget
They're
it.
indecisive, that's right.
Okay, so we're fine. And how many actions do we have?
We have 2 actions, so let's put those in on the board. 2 actions.
Okay, roll on the political level track.
Okay, so here we go on the political.
I need a 6.
We need a 6. 4. No.
Do it again.
Go again. Here we go. political level track, and this time it's a 1.
Okay.
Okay. So that was the action
All right.
phase.
So we have the
No
polls.
political. Mhm. Let me see here. We have 2 cards left there.
Mhm.
It says polls breakthrough encounter offensive. No restriction, but there's advances by
Mhm.
the polls. And you got 2 boxes they advance. Okay.
Correct.
So the polls here. So they advance first into
One.
Lwów. And from there they advance now into Shitomir. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was front advancements.
But they didn't take Kiev, so that's good.
Okay. So now we go to the action phase, and we have 4 actions.
Just so you know, I didn't hear.
I'm sorry, you got cut again with the audio. Sorry about
I can hear you now, but I cannot see your lovely face.
that. Okay. Okay, how about now?
I see your lovely face.
Okay, so we're back, folks, after this. I think the polls did that. So,
Apparently, or some.
and they weren't happy. So it's the first time it ever happens. I don't know. It started freezing and eventually it. But we're back here. We still have 14 folks stuck to the front of their computer to see or screen to see what's going to happen here. You have 4 actions, right? That's where we left.
4 actions. And of course, we're going to attack the polls.
Okay. So we'll be attacking the polls. And we have our applied experience. That is a 4 with the tank core. That becomes a 5. So the polls go back to Lwów. We're at Shitomir. So
What's the situation on the rest of the board?
okay, we got Udenich is in Estonia. Allies are inactive over there in Murmansk. You see the political level is at 7.
We're going to roll for on the political.
Okay. Okay. We have our second action rolling for increase the political level. It's a 6. So it does go up to level 8.
Like this.
Okay, so let's see. There we go.
And I'm just thinking, but yeah, we're going to attack the polls again, and we're going to ding our own political level.
Okay. So we're going to attack the polls. So I'm going to decrease the political level down to 7. Okay, you're going to see it there. I moved the marker also on the board. So here we go. Attacking the polls. Applied experience in the tank core. So that is no luck there. The tank core just gives us a 3.
Okay, so we're going to roll again on the political track.
The last action, rolling on the political track. Here
we
we go.
need a 6.
We need a 6. And that's a 1. Okay.
It's a big niet.
Okay. So that was that card right there.
Mm-hmm.
We go to political dissent. There's no political dissent. So now we go to the next card. 1 card left. Red Cossack Konarmia formed.
Uh-huh.
So that's the event. And that is a -1 versus Poland.
Mm-hmm.
And the Poland front can be removed from play this turn. And,
all right.
And there's no advances because those 2 armies are inactive. We have 2 actions. Okay.
All right. Damn the politics. We're going to attack the polls.
Okay, so we will reduce our political level. It goes down to 6, and now we're in the leftist sympathies zone, and we attack the polls with applied experience in the tank
On the
war.
tanks.
And no
Whoa!
good. Oh, good.
Okay, we're doing it again.
Okay.
I don't care.
Okay, so we use our last action now against the, that was our, yeah, it was 2 actions, so that was our first action. Was that our, that was our first action, right? That the one we did? Yeah, you're freezing again, your voice. I can't hear you. That was our first action. Okay, so this is our second action. You're going to attack the polls again, right? Okay, so we're supposed to have 1 action left. I think I hit the wrong button. Here we go. David, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, so we're going to attack our second action against the polls again. Here we go. Your audio's cutting. So that's a 3 modified to a 4 with a tank core of 5. And so that's, the polls go back, right? And
correct.
And we dinged, did we ding our political level there?
No, we didn't.
Oh, we did?
So it's not a 5.
It's still a 5, okay. So that was our second action.
And draw the political level down to 5.
Political level goes down to 5.
And also don't forget and remove the.
I couldn't hear that last part. It's getting cut off.
You need to remove the polls.
Oh yeah, that's right. Withdraw the poll in front can be removed from play this turn. Okay. So now we remove the polls. And we place them here together with the other ones, which means that we could go for a political victory, but I think we're going to win the other way around.
Correct.
With a military victory. So that was that phase. We go to our last.
And remove Allied's indecisive.
Why do we remove that?
Because the political level has fallen to leftist sympathies.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So
we've created an international incident of violating Polish sovereignty and enslaving the Polish people.
Okay, I see. I got it. Okay. Okay, so we go to the last card. And here you go. Got to survive this card. White card takes Ice March to Cuban. No restrictions, no advances or retreats because those fronts are gone. 2 actions. Probably want to donate those actions to the Red Cross or something.
No, we're going to drive up our political level.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. Political level, we roll. Let me put the 2 actions on the board. And here we go. 1.
Nope.
No luck. And here we go. And no luck there.
All right.
So that.
But we have survived the deck.
We survived the deck, yes. And that is that was the front action phase. No political dissent. That's the end of the game, right?
We have won.
We've won the game here. Red Dawn. Beat the Poles there. The Poles they didn't get too far. They didn't do too much damage.
They gave it their best, and I wish we didn't have to upset everyone, but it happened. But we won the game.
We didn't even we didn't get to use the gold. So I guess we.
I know. I was saving it.
So we can keep the gold. Okay.
I was saving it for my ultimate role on the political track to get me the 6 that I wanted.
Okay, great. So that's a win. Uh, I should get like a sound bite of an applause or something whenever somebody wins. I got to add that to the show there. So
Sure.
that's a win. And let's go here to the chatting scene. We got 15 people in the chat. So it's when you play this game, it's pretty brutal. What's your normally? What's your win percentage when you play this one?
I'd probably say maybe like, I don't know, 20% max.
Okay. So
Okay, the objective, and this is an important philosophical point. The point isn't to just win the game. The point is actually to play the game with skill so that come what may, you gave it your best.
Okay.
Because there's just things you don't have any control over, which is what does the event deck give you? But if you play with skill, you have the satisfaction of knowing you played very well. You played the best game you possibly could. And in this case, a bunch of events came together to help us to take control. Because once I saw that we knocked out the Southern Front so early, that was a huge relief because I knew then Denikin was gone and all those advances from the South were gone. It was unfortunate that we weren't able to take out the Western Allies, but we ended up dealing with them politically. And we got the, the Eastern Front, even though the Czechs showed up and they were annoying, but we got them into position. And so the Front's offensive just knocked them out. So we set ourselves up well, and the deck was kind. And the only problem we had at the end was the polls. And the thing I was just worrying with the polls is that the Curzon line would get established early and that their counteroffensive would take Kiev. But we got that tank corps in place, and we kept them in line.
Okay. So and we had a good break at the beginning of the game with the Tsar got killed like instantly when the game started. So that gave us a break, and the Finns were not a factor in the game at all. So
correct, because we handled sort of all the initial issues in terms of the Finns and in terms of the Czechs. We handled that all very well, and the Tsar. So we set ourselves up well, because usually where you die in this game is in the Twilight cards, because if the Germans and the Finns are coming at you simultaneously, they're just going to kill you with political collapse, because they'll just keep taking Petrograd repeatedly. And remember the awful luck that we had. We rolled like 8 times. We could not raise the political level, which is pretty spectacular. But we weathered that storm. And the good news was that we had Czech at like the right moment. I actually thought we had lost the game. So
yeah, it was great, and it was great to see we got to use a lot of the reorganization resources. So people got, because I think this is one part of the game that people tend to overlook, reorganization.
They do. They absolutely do. Now, in our case, just because the way things worked out, I didn't have to go to the reorg table aggressively. We actually went aggressively on the political track and got nowhere, but we survived it all. The reorg counters are the key to victory in the game. You need at minimum 2 or 3 of them. And I cannot emphasize enough. You got to play with the check of this out optional rule and the lost battalion and political recovery. Those rules are, I really think they should just be core to the game, because without them, the amount of agency that the player has is just really limited. The decision space is very shallow, particularly early on. And only by getting the reorg markers do you get that. The problem for most players is that they see it's difficult. I need to roll a 6. And they use the principle of, well, take the easy money, which is, roll on things that are easier to achieve. However, that's deceptive, simply because you need those reorg markers to actually be in the game to have a fighting chance. Like, if we didn't have applied experience, we would have been toast halfway through the game, simply because we needed that to win a lot of battles. And even then, it was kind of close. on a few occasions. And we just happened, I don't know if it was clear to people, but I was very deliberately trying to shape the board, anticipating certain events, particularly as the game went on.
Yeah.
And so but again, cannot emphasize it enough for anybody who's playing the game. As soon as you start the game, get your political level up to 2 or 3, maybe even 4. But every single turn that you have an opportunity, if you're not going to lose the game, you need to roll at least once for the reorg table. And if you have to roll 10 times to get one, that's fine. But chances are you will get 1 or 2. And they really powered up. Like basically, Trotsky was right. The Red Army, as it stands at the beginning of the game, can't handle it. And you need those reorg markers. And you have to essentially think of it, it's like an investment. And, you invest in the stock market, like if you've got 10 different investments, maybe 2 of them will pan out. And, if the other 10 go down the toilet, it doesn't matter because you got the other 2. And suddenly the skill and capability of your army can start to handle your enemies. So that's my big, big advice to every single player. Okay. And by the way, I would point out, I've written a lot about all of this stuff out on my Substack, the SOS Bunker. And this is one of my favorite things I love writing about this game. And I'm kind of amazed that even decades later, I still have plenty of things to say about it. There's a lot more depth to the game than people would sense that there is, simply because the paradigm is it's not something that most classic war gamers are used to. But basically all you're doing is you're doing threat assessment and then efficient resource allocation. That's what the game is all about. That's what all States of Siege games are all about. And by the way, it's okay before you play the game to look at all the cards and understand what can happen. You have an intelligence agencies, that tell you what your enemies could possibly do. So don't treat it like everything has to be a surprise. Maybe when you're learning the game, that's fun. And by the way, I have a spreadsheet out on BGG, which basically analyzes all of what the enemies are up to. And one of the beauties of the game is that each of the individual tracks has unique characteristics that you need to be mindful of. Like, for instance, the southern track, which seems to be the most pesky and the most manageable because it's a 3. One of the quirks of the southern track is that if you look at all the big events in the game, like signing the treaty or Germany capitulates or stuff like that, they always advance. And so you'll need to be very mindful of keeping them just a little bit further away, because they'll rush at you at the wrong moments and they'll constrain your strategic options. Whereas many times players be like, oh, okay, they're just on the 2 space. That's good enough. Well, it's not, that kind of thing. But anyways, yeah. Okay. Well, it was a great game. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Hopefully you could edit out the big technical problem that we had there.
Well, I would have to get the recording and then publish it as a recorded video. I don't know if I would have to check out, but I don't know if YouTube allows, I could edit in YouTube. I'll try to find out if I can edit that part out.
Well, or maybe you can put a little disclaimer up front to tell people to zoom through the disrupted part.
Yeah, I'll put something there. Well, David, thanks again for it's a wonderful game here, and everybody, you got to see a whole game of Soviet Dawn and a victory. Those don't come too often in this type of game, and that's the way we like it, right? If the game is easy, nobody's gonna like to play it. It's a hard game, and it's a very replayable game. You're not gonna have 2 identical games ever. So I want to thank
I've played it over 2,000 times.
Okay. And so I hope you enjoyed it. And because David won, instead of me playing the outro, which is like a sad song, I'm going to play the intro as an outro. And so that's the way we're going to celebrate the victory. And stay tuned, Darin Leviloff. William, you like Darin Leviloff. He's the father of the States of Siege games. We've played already 2 of his games, Autumn and Sunset, and this one. We haven't played yet, Habsburg Eclipse, so we probably should play that one soon sometime. And,
well, someone just asked, is Darin the best SOS? He's the best States of Siege designer? I would say, in a sense, yes and no, insofar as that he came up with the paradigm, and he's been very, very consistent in terms of the work that he's done,
Mm-hmm.
and that all the so his three core games, Soviet Dawn, Ottoman Sunset, Habsburg Eclipse, they're all just like rock solid games. That said, We Must Tell the Emperor is just a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
And The Lost Cause, I worked years ago on the reboot with the designer Hans von Stockhausen. That game, the reboot, which is not been published or has ever been published, that to me would be like the ultimate game. It's a much longer game, but it's the most, in my opinion, it's the most sophisticated and satisfying of the classic States of Siege games.
The reboot, how if we would play it like this, could we play it in 2 sessions like this one?
Actually, yeah, we could. The only thing that I would point out is that the board is much larger. And so you probably would have to do some thinking about how to pan and how to present and things like that.
Well, I'll let you, I don't know if I told you, I think I told you, I just purchased a new camera that I put on my ceiling. Here in Puerto Rico, the bad thing about the houses is their ceilings is very low, 8.5 feet. But the positive side is if I put a camera there that has an optical zoom, really powerful, I can forget about these slides and things that keep me busy. And I think it's going to be an improvement. I should be getting that camera out in a couple of weeks. So that's another thing that is coming. It's going to make my life a lot easier. And
I'm looking forward to the next session, whatever we end up playing. And by the way, there's also Zulu on the Ramparts, which is very popular, which I have not played really at all. And there is also the Alamo game, which is the Blood Red Banner. Yeah. What we probably should do is we should probably play a hacked version, which I worked on with the designer before he unexpectedly passed away in the middle of the project. So,
oh boy. Okay, we'll try it, yeah. And so I'm glad everybody stuck around for the 2 episodes, and I want to thank David again. And we're gonna celebrate David's victory here in Soviet Dawn, and we'll leave with the intro. So David, thank you, and thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.